All right, so you want to command higher prices, you want to earn what you're truly worth. I'm going to share exactly how you can do that in this video. But I want to start off with a little quote that William Shakespeare once said. He said, "What's in a name? That which we call a rose, by which any other name would smell as sweet." Now, what the hell does it have to do with pricing? Well, it actually has everything to do with pricing, as I'm about to lay out for you here. To make sense of this, let me use the example of cars. Now, I'm walking down my neighborhood here, and there's a lot of cars, a lot of nice ones as well. And what a lot of people don't realize is that many of these cars are owned by, so we know there's a lot of different car companies, Audi, BMW, so forth, but a lot of them are actually owned by the same parent companies. And there's this phenomenon in the car industry known as platform sharing, whereby the same car, okay, two cars are the same, but they're under different brands and have a very different price point. So let me use the example of BMW and Rolls-Royce. So BMW has a car, it's the 750i, which is kind of like their mafia version, their mafia car. It's, I believe it goes for about $100,000, okay? So that's kind of the ticket price. Then we have the RollsRoyce Ghost. And this car has the exact same, you know what's funny? See that car right there? That's right, that was the 5 Series, it wasn't the 750, but that would have been funny if it was the 750. How cool would that have been? So anyways, we have the RollsRoyce Ghost, which is the exact same chassis, exactly the same car, a little bit more powerful engine than the BMW 750, yet it's priced at 3 times higher. So it's priced at $300,000, give or take a couple bucks here and there. So what's the difference, right? Sure, there's a difference in stitching and, a couple superficial things like the way it looks and stuff, but under the hood, under like the carcass, it's the same car. Rolls-Royce is $300,000, BMW is $100,000-ish. Okay, so why is that? Well, I'm gonna tell you, but first, we're gonna cross the road. What's cool is I can actually run with this camera because I'm using this cool little gimbal and it's not bouncing all over the place. Okay, so the reason the Rolls-Royce is more expensive is because Rolls-Royce, way back in the day, chose to be more expensive. That's it. That's it, guys. If you want to command premium prices, it's your choice. Nothing more than an internal game. You decide what you want to charge. This is the biggest sticking point for almost everyone we work with. Oh, if I charge this, people aren't going to enroll. They're going to think it's too expensive. And that's true. It is true. There will be people who think it's too expensive and they're not going to enroll with you. But who cares? Some will, some won't. So what next? In any given market, there is always a percentage, obviously smaller, who are willing to pay top dollar for a better result, better experience, better service. I've never been on an airplane where first class was empty. Have you? Probably not. The Four Seasons hotels, are they hurting for business? No, they're not. People are paying thousands of dollars a night to stay there in some cases. So it's really an internal game that you have the choice to overcome or let it stand in your way. And if you don't feel comfortable charging premium prices, then don't until you get comfortable commanding them. Because if you don't feel confident in asking someone to pay you a certain amount of money, which is a lot more than probably what you're asking now, then they're not going to see the value in that because you don't believe in yourself. So there's a couple ways we can position ourselves, and the keyword is position ourselves here to command premium prices, because what we're trying to do here is essentially crafting celebrity, crafting authority. Think of it this way. Kim Kardashian. What type of value does she bring to this world? Not a lot. I don't think so. She's not helping people in any way, shape, or form that I'm aware of, but her perceived value is extremely high. So when she shows up at a restaurant, or if she does some type of sponsored campaign or a co-branded opportunity with another company, she gets paid a lot of money. Why is that? Because what's known as intrinsic value, which is the value that we attribute to something which has nothing to do with its actual value, is the most important thing. That's why celebrities get paid a lot of money to appear on billboards for a cologne or to do a commercial for a car. Because the people, advertisers, companies know that we humans are irrational. We tend to think that if a celebrity gets behind something, that it's good for us, and we're gonna buy that as a result of that association. That's the way the world works. That's not gonna change. So what we wanna do is we wanna craft a celebrity in our business. And all it comes down to is you making, number one, a decision about, hey, I wanna be someone who commands premium prices. And if that were the case, how do I have to position myself to do so? And the only question you have to answer is, how do I want my market to think of me as? That's it. And you just reverse engineer everything from there. In our Health Business Accelerator Workshop, this is one of the things we talk about, is positioning. Is what do you want to be known for? What do you stand for? What do you want your market to know you as for, to think of you when they think of X? And there's a couple ways you can position yourself in a lot of different ways. You can think of being contrarian. You can think of being exclusive. You can think of being popular, right? So popular in terms of like a huge following. If you have a huge following, there's safety in numbers, right? If a lot of people are doing your stuff, it's a lot easier for other people to do it as well. But if no one's eating at your restaurant, no one's gonna want to eat there. That's an example. Exclusive would be, for instance, in our case, right? We've taken the exclusive approach. There's only 2 ways that we work with our clients, and we don't offer anything else. So there's no lead magnets, there's no $7 tripwire offers, there's none of that nonsense. And that's just a very, very strong decision that we made, because we know to serve our clients at the highest level, we can't waste our time with stuff like that. So you can position yourself however you want. You can say, you can be a contrarian, you can be controversial, you can do all sorts of stuff. Like the food babe, Bonnie Hari, she took the approach of being contrarian, and she built a huge business based on her passion around, taking on the food industry pretty much. So you need to think about this stuff. You need to think about, how do I want to be perceived in the world? For me, I'm the world's leading coach for health and fitness entrepreneurs who want to grow a predictable and profitable coaching business with less stress. That's me. That's the message I'm putting out there. And whether or not you believe that, that's okay. Whether or not it's true, because a lot of other people could say that as well. But, can they back it up? Not too sure. So you want to think about, instead of just being a health coach, instead of just being a nutritionist, instead of just being a fitness expert, you need to position yourself as the Rolls-Royce of your industry if you want to command premium prices. And there's a couple things that go into that. So anyways, it's all up here. It starts with a decision. You can have a Four Seasons like business, or you can have a Motel 8 business, as I talk about in our free training. Actually, on that note, if you want to go deeper on this and really kind of get some big ahas, if you haven't watched it already, watch the 7-Figure Health Business Blueprint. It's an amazing 70-minute training, and it's going to walk you through part of this pricing process, along with 5 discoveries I've made over the years that have helped us build 2 7-figure businesses, and the exact 4-step process we use in Healthpreneur to build our business every single day. And it's exactly how we help our clients as well. Part of that involves premium pricing. So if you want help on this, watch the training, and if it makes sense to you, let us know. We'd love to jump on the phone with you, have a chat, and see how we can best support you. But it all starts with going through the training, because it'll give you some really good context for what it's all about. So pricing, guys, it's an internal game. It's a decision. And going back to Shakespeare's quote, there's power in a name. When you position yourself over time and people come to know you as this type of person, there's a lot of power in that. Just like there's power in Rolls-Royce versus other car companies. And that takes a bit of time. It doesn't happen overnight, but it starts with a conscious decision. All right. Hope this video finds you well. I'll talk to you soon.